Mike, everyone loves a Christmas single, and there's a special one out this year, the Firetones, Do They Know It's Christmas? And you're involved. Tell us how that came about.
Well, I had a conversation with Phil Black, the guy who works for the local newspaper, and he was telling us how he'd come across this guy who had got this really good idea, and that he'd gone a long way in getting the rights to making the remake of Do They Know It's Christmas, and he was having a little giggle. He said he'd put £10 on it. He said the bookies had taken it for Christmas #1, and I said, well, give me his number and let's see if I can help. And so I gave the guy a call, Chris, and he was very receptive to all forms of help, and we said, well, okay, we'll give you a little bit of help here. So we've helped them with a nice donation so that they can make a good stock of CDs for local sale. We also then have extended the full extent of our marketing facilities throughout all my businesses, VCW, the New Saints Football Club, Foundation, and Sci-Fi Networks to try and accelerate its progress to #1. And as you can see, my phone's going mad here with inquiries to do interviews.
Well, Mike, that sounded like a duck. I thought you might have had the Firetones as your ringtone on there.
Well, me ducks for email. I know that's for an email, you know. So I got me duck, and you mustn't confuse him with Donald from Aberystwyth Football Club, who again has sent his best wishes to the project. So I have various tones for different things. I won't let you know what yours is.
And Mike, the Firetones, they are a group of firefighters based in Welshpool. Mike, you are very keen on being involved in the local community.
Very much so, as you can see. But when the projects that we've done since getting involved with the football club, and more we've tried to engage with the community on many levels, and obviously when the council let us down badly by not doing their part for our generous donations, we set up our own foundation back in 2013, and we continue to give through there. And one of the things which would be very encouraging is if some of the people who have had very generous pay rises, may I add. Do you think a £47,000 pay rise for the chief executive is very appropriate in these hard times that we're having, especially when services are cut? So, companies like mine and our foundation have stood in, and we've tried to help the local community. Very much about local, because you actually know your money's getting to where it's supposed to be going. And as much as I'm sure a lot of these good causes would ask for £3 and save a tiger or whatever somewhere else around the world, you're never really sure how much of that money actually gets to where it's supposed to go. And I'm not saying we're not doing a good job, but I always believe that charity does start at home, and for a reasonable amount of cash you can get an extraordinary amount of stuff done. So Clive Wright, would you please donate some of your £47,000 to this good cause of the Firetones or any other local charity that you may think is appropriate? So there you go. Sorry for that little plug, and again, I'm hoping I might be able to. I have asked him nicely. He seems to ignore that, so I might have to embarrass him to get a little bit more out of him. Especially when you're on £100,000 to start with. Move on to more positive things. So what else would you like to know about our involvement?
Well, the Firetones, Mike, and back to that, we are selling the CDs at the venue, and of course people can buy on loan. As you said, Mike, you've made the whole of your businesses available to them in terms of marketing, promotion, etc.
Absolutely. I'd like to think that the people we employ are experts in their field. I'd also like to think that for out of each buck that's spent, we get as good a full pound of that buck. We've got some very good people in social media. We've got some very good people in PR, and have very good contacts. And we're leveraging every single contact we've got to try and ensure that they they hear the message. Again, the record isn't favourite to be number one, but I'd like to hope that we'll bring those odds down. I'm sure Elton will move out of the way for our good causes, and Ariana Grande and whoever else may be looking for it. When they come up against the good Mid Wales firemen and a few firemen from Oswestry, they do well to be scared.
Well, Mike, that was my next question, because I read last night that the single is 10 to 1. William Hill are offering 10 to 1 on it being the number one over Christmas. It's the third favourite, so we're up against Elton John.
We are up against Elton, and if you look at those odds, most weeks TNS opponents have better odds than that. So we are down odds on favourites at the moment. So watch out, Santa. Remember, fill your kid's sack full of the fire tones. Let them hear it all for Christmas. So we've got to see what we can do, and I'm hoping that with a little bit of help from every piece of our business and all the people that work within it, we can spread that word, and it evolves nationwide. But all being well, the charities will either follow the fire service or the hungry people that Band Aid originally set the record up for. So again, everyone wins.
Everyone's a winner indeed. And Mike, what are the chances?
Would you
Christmas Day, Top of the Pops, Mike Harris, sandwiched between the Queen and whoever comes afterwards.
Well, you think that, perhaps the Queen and Mike Harris sitting on the same stage may probably not be the most appropriate casting ever, and I'm sure that the Queen would pull a very funny face, but I'm sure she would approve of what we're doing, and again, and that's not taking it away from any other charity, but this is great fun, great to be involved. Chris has done a great job. The guy who's the original idea it was, and how much he's managed to achieve is beyond all imagination. And again, if you listen to the single, it's amazingly good, and you've got to say that there's a lot of talent in the fire service. They obviously must be practicing while they're not on a shout. But no, it's great to see local people getting together, do something extraordinary, and I think this will hopefully capture the imagination of the British public, because if you look at it, Elton John's and Ariana Grande, they can be number one any time of the year, and even though their songs are probably very special towards the Christmas season, but they can drop a single out any time. Well, this is something that only comes along every now and then, and I'm just hoping that the British people see what it is and what it's for, and react strongly with downloading the single, and helping us nudge ourselves in front of those other worthy contestants.
Mike Harris, TNS Chairman, as always, entertaining. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.